If they cut our Medicaid, we would lose every hospital in our rural area, and then none of us would have health care. Not just the people on Medicaid, the people who have private insurance and Medicare. I'm a pharmacist. We took an oath to take care of people. We didn't say, no, only the rich ones.
In states that don't have right-to-work laws, the average pay is over $8,000 higher. The main thing that would help coal miners is to pass that PRO Act and repeal a right-to-work where they could have a union, and that would solve all their problems.
So you were telling me that people are unaware, they're unaware that the whole reason why hospitals are not allowed to turn you away in an emergency situation, regardless of your ability to pay, is because of the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, which states that hospitals who receive Medicare funding are not allowed to turn you away. And they are proposing to cut back on Medicare and Medicaid. Talk to a caseworker. There are no ineligible people who are receiving it. The only people who are receiving it are eligible because there is a vetting process. All these people that they say are illegally getting it, it's not happening. The point is to start the process to get rid of it entirely. And if we get rid of the only guaranteed payment for medical care in this country and we leave it all to our pockets with no support, guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to lose out on care because hospitals are going to close who depend on that funding. We don't have enough money to pay the bills that they decided were fair. Which, I'm sorry, I just had a life-saving surgery and I owe $3,000. If I don't pay $55 fucking dollars that I don't have to my primary care physician, they can decide to no longer treat me, and they will. And I've got to start all over again somewhere else. You all think that you're safe because, it's been that way because we fought to get it that way, and they're reversing it. You all have been so fucking pampered that you don't understand what we had to fight for to get you. Oh, but everyone dies. Bitch, apparently not fucking politicians.
It's kind of crazy watching all these MAGA supporters right now because the same people who were cheering the rallies, waving their flags and saying Trump 2024, save America, are now the same ones crying online because the Medicaid and Medicare got caught. Like, people literally want them. Folks were out there saying, hey, if Trump gets back in, you all better watch your healthcare. But they didn't want to hear it. They called it fake news, said it was all liberalized. Now look, they out here, mad and saying they can't afford their prescriptions or doctor's visits anymore. You know what's funny? These are the same people who used to post stuff like, I don't want my tax dollars paying for lazy people's healthcare. But now that the courts hit them, suddenly it isn't fair and the government betrayed us. Now the government didn't betray you. You betrayed yourself when you voted for someone who has been saying for years he wasn't or wants to shrink government programs and privatize everything. You just didn't believe he was talking about you. Hey guys, welcome back again to the YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I've gathered some video clips for you guys. I'm going to let them roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Please let me know what you all think in the comment section. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
Medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most. Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
Look at me right now. Look at me how many sicknesses that I have. We got all in the fields. Where else? I feel like these stubby nuts in the back, you know? But why? Why when we put food on their tables? Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
The yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
This bill represents the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. It will devastate vulnerable populations.
The largest tax break go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people. People that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it. Trump doesn't need it. And, billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
Not either one.
You just wouldn't have voted.
Not either.
A lot of these MAGA folks thought when Trump said he would cut entitlement, he meant he was coming for immigrants or poor minorities. They never imagined that it would touch their benefits, their Medicaid, their Medicare, their disability checks. But that's the thing about policies. They don't care who you voted for. Once that signature hits the paper, it affects everybody. Now, we are seeing all these viral clips of old Trump supporters at town halls shouting at Republican lawmakers saying, "You told us our benefits were safe." Some are even saying they regret their vote. And you can tell it's a real wake-up call for them, because for years they thought Trump's cut would only hit the other people, the ones they were told to blame for everything wrong in America. But reality doesn't work like that. When the government slashes programs, those cuts don't ask for your political affiliations. What's wild is that people did try to warn them. Democrats, independents, even some moderate Republicans said straight up, he's going to come after Social Security and Medicaid. There were interviews, debates, fact checks, all out in the open. But MAGA folks didn't want to hear it. They said, he's just talking tough. He would never actually do it. Now they are the ones lining up at clinics trying to figure out how to pay for their insulin. It's a hard pill to swallow, literally and figuratively. Some of them are realizing that they were politicians they thought were protecting them are actually working for billionaires and big insurance companies. They thought they were voting against the swamp, but turns out they handed the swamp the keys.
I just lost my job. If it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have been. I worked as a domestic violence advocate at a shelter here in Arkansas, and we found out last night that only 6 DV shelters in the entire state received federal funding, and we were not one of them. So I just got back from a meeting where we learned that our entire staff is getting laid off, and there are 25 other shelters across the state having the exact same meeting, having to let all of their staff go. This means that there will be hundreds of domestic violence advocates across the state, if not thousands across the country, because I doubt this is only happening in Arkansas, who will officially be unemployed as of October 1st, which, ironically, is the first day of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Not only am I personally devastated to be losing my job and my amazing friends that I work with, but this is going to be absolutely catastrophic for victims of domestic violence across the country. I am not being dramatic when I say that people will lose their lives because of this decision, predominantly women and children. Like, we've known this was a possibility all year. Like, the state knew. We have been begging our state legislators for help. We've been begging the governor. our coalition. We've been begging our federal Congress people. It's not like nobody knew this was something that could happen and they just let it. They didn't do anything. I don't know what's going to happen with the shelter. Our director and our manager are going to see how long they can keep the lights on and just run it with the two of them as long as they possibly can. I don't know, y'all. Go register to vote. Go support your local domestic violence shelter, because guarantee they need it right now. And if anyone knows anyone hiring who wants a girl who's smart and pretty and works hard and knows a lot about domestic violence, send them my way.
It's September 12th, and if anyone was wondering, Medicaid no longer covers Planned Parenthood services as of today. Thank you to the federal government and their big, beautiful bill. So if you are one of the 1 million people that was using Planned Parenthood for things like STD, STI screenings and birth control, there's that horrible update. I know that Planned Parenthood nationally is still suing and taking the federal government to the courts based on this. But as of today, Friday, September 12th, Medicaid will no longer cover services. The Planned Parenthood closest to me in North Carolina posted on Instagram that they are still welcoming anyone to walk in the Planned Parenthood doors. And if you are a Medicaid recipient, they will walk you through what your options are. In the meantime, I'm going to be looking around and seeing what free services are available in the state of North Carolina to post them here to act as a resource for those who are using Planned Parenthood and/or Medicaid recipients. And if you know of any, please comment them below.
We're not seeing people online saying this isn't the America I voted for, but it is. It's exactly the America that was on the ballot, one where social programs get gutted in the name of cutting spending, but billionaires keep tax breaks. People didn't pay attention because the campaign was full of culture words, flags, slogans, and anger. Meanwhile, behind all that noise, the policies were right there in plain sight. Now, a lot of older MAGA voters, people in their 60s and 70s, are panicking. They thought Medicare was untouchable. They thought Trump was going to protect seniors. But because he said so, but when it came time to balance the budget, guess where they started cutting first? Healthcare. The irony is painful because a huge part of Trump's base is made up of working class and elderly white Americans who depend on these programs to survive. And now some of them are saying we should have listened. They are finally admitting that maybe all those people warning about Trump weren't just anti-America or lefty liars. They were just people trying to stop something like this from happening. Is that old saying, you don't know what you have got till it's gone. You can't help but feel a little sympathy too. Some of these folks truly believe Trump cared about them. They thought he was going to bring jobs, fix healthcare, and drain the swamp. But instead, he is draining their benefits, and they are realizing they have been used as pawns in a bigger political game. What's happening now is more than just policy. It's a moment of reckoning, because for years, MAGA culture was built on anger and division. It was about us versus them. But now, when the system, turns on them, they are learning that suffering doesn't care who you voted for. Poverty doesn't care if you had a MAGA hat or a Biden sticker. Once those, government checks stop coming, everything feels it. So yeah, they are furious. They are blaming politicians, the media, even each other. But at the end of the day, it's a wake-up call that's long overdue. Maybe next time, people will vote based on policies, not personalities. Maybe they will, read the fine print instead of campaigning slogans. Because no matter how loud a candidate yells America first, it doesn't mean you come first, especially when it's your healthcare on the chopping block. It's, honestly, one of the biggest I told you so moments in modern politics. People laughed at the warnings, mocked the protests, and now they are the ones feeling the sting. And once it makes it even more real, is that this isn't just about money, it's about health, survival, and dignity. So to all the MAGA supporters out there now, realizing what's going on, this is your wake-up call. The system doesn't play favorites, and the man you trusted with your vote doesn't care about your doctor bills. Please, people warned you. You just didn't listen, but maybe next time you will. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please consider subscribing. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. See you all next. Bye guys.